things first here, basically I'm just going to show you how to log into the website. Very, very simple. We're just going to simply scroll to the very bottom of the page here. And then you're going to notice a little red circle with the white lock in it. That's where we're going to go ahead and click.
Okay.
And then once you guys have the username and password, which I'll set up for you here at the end of our meeting, you'll be able to put in your own username and password to get into the back end here. For the time being, I'm just going to use my admin login.
Okay.
Perfect. And this first page that we get dropped into here is going to be your guys' initial stats page. It's basically going to show you guys all of the different statistics for vehicles, for applications, for sold units, really anything you can shake a stick at. The difference between desktop and mobile visitors, pretty much everything we need to take, keep track of as the site grows and expands. Few things that are pretty viable and important within the stats page that you need to check on a regular basis are going to be your guys' vehicle inventory, as you can see here. The reason you guys need to check this on a regular basis is because you have an import set up through Finance Express. And with that import, we need to make sure that there's never any manual vehicles in the website whatsoever. The reason we want to avoid that is because any manual vehicles are no longer going to look to Fraser for updates. So say you change a price, you add a photo, the vehicle sells, nothing's going to occur with it. It's not going to look to the feed for those updates. So we need to make sure that that always says 0. And the only way that that can change is if you actually update any of the information on the website. So you never want to do that. You just want to try and avoid adding any or changing or updating any information on the website. Just do it through Finance Express, and everything will just work itself out.
All right.
Awesome. Below that here, the other thing that I always like to keep track of on a consistent basis is our SEO keywords. These are basically what we tell Google what we do, who we are, where we're located, what kind of inventory we have, certain things like that. So these are very, very viable throughout the entire website. Now, ways that you can utilize these to benefit your website to get better ranking is whenever you're applying new information to the website, say you're going to add your About Us page or start writing content on the About Us page, try and stuff as many of these particular SEO keywords into that content as you can. Obviously keeping it in grammatical English so it's reads properly and so on and so forth, but definitely try and stuff as many of these SEO keywords in there as possible. The reason we do that, Brian, is because Google likes to see, if you have, basically these are the chapters of the book that you're reading, they want to see this same content in the body of that book as well. So it definitely helps with boosting you guys up and getting higher ranking almost immediately when the site goes live.
Okay.
Perfect. Below that here we've got our unique visitors over the last 4 quarters that you guys will see obviously grow as the website continues to older. Below that here we've got our applications and choke pages. You can see how many submissions have happened with your applications. And then below that here we have our top 10 search engine referrals. Typically you guys are going to have mostly Google on this one here. And then also we've got the mobile versus desktop comparison. Obviously, as you can see, mobile is one of the more, mobile when the site goes live is the one that's going to be more predominant simply because of certain algorithms that Google has in place for businesses that have a responsive mobile website. They get a much better ranking within those searches. And that's something I'll touch on here in just a little bit when we get into that section.
Okay.
Other than that, this is where you can see your contact us inquiries and then also your vehicle inquiries here at the bottom. But that's pretty much everything with the stats page. Do you have any questions here before we move on?
Okay, could you just go through it again, how we get to that thing again? Like, what do we sign in with and what's the URL in order to get to where you are?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We can start over here from the website that you guys are on currently. This is just your guys' staging site. This isn't going to be the site that we actually push it live to. It's going to be 14.astdevcore.com, as you can see up there at the top.
Okay.
From there, you go to the very bottom of this page, the very, very bottom, and you would click on the little red circle here. That's going to pull up the username and password section where you can log into that back end.
Oh, that little, okay, got it. Okay, there's a little red circle. Okay, and then you'll give me the user pass.
Yeah, we're going to set that up for you here at the end of the meeting. That's actually in our Black Administration tab over here to the right. As you can see on our anchored menu at the bottom, this is where we're going to get our different sections of the back end of the website. So that's going to be over here at the very end of our meeting, so we'll set that up for you at the very end.
Okay.
With that said, though, we'll go ahead and move on to the next tab for you, which is going to be this green Inventory Management tab.
Okay.
Now, this one isn't really going to be too relevant for you, again, because you have that Finance Express import set up. There's very little inventory management that needs to be done on the website because you have that Finance Express import. With that said, you're not going to have to add any new vehicles, you're not going to have to manage any vehicles, and you're not going to have to modify any of the feature lists. The one section that you may need to utilize is the Edit Current Locations, and I'll go ahead and hop into that for us real quick.
Okay.
Now, within this page is going to be a page that's actually visible to your consumer base. Now, the first thing about this page is it's actually going to be the button. Well, let's get ahead of myself here. This button right here, the Manager button at the top, it only says that when you're logged into the website. And then when you click on that, it also pulls you back to that stats page if necessary. Now, if you're not logged into the website and you're viewing this as a consumer, this says company info. And when that consumer clicks on company info, it'll pull up this page where they can view your guys' information, your hours of operation, you know, even a map from Google Maps and the phone number as well, as you can see here. So with that said, this is also the section where you guys can edit any of the content that's available on this page. In order to do that, you'll also notice once you're logged into the website, Brian, that you're going to see all these different edit, copy, new, delete, all these different little sections within the website where you guys actually have the ability to go in there and adjust that content, whatever it may be. On this particular page, you're going to see that there's two different edit sections. The one in brackets here is simply for an image or a thumbnail image that you would set next to your guys' business name. And then the top section is for basically the meat of this page for all of your guys' hours of operation, the address, the phone number, any contact information. So I'll go ahead and pull that up for you real quick and kind of show you what that looks like. Now, a lot of the stuff within our website, because it's editable by the dealer themselves, we like to try and keep it as easy as possible, no guessing games or anything like that. So as you can see going through here, you can simply, whatever you type in here for the business name appears directly on that page. The address is also associated with the Google map that you saw on the locations page. We have our phone number. The email address is always good to put in there as well because that's the contact form at the bottom will get sent to those particular emails. And then also here you guys have the hours of operation. Now if this is ever changes in the future, the case may be, you just need to make sure it's in the same format, 8:00 a.m. and then p.m. as well. Otherwise, those just won't display on the actual locations page. Are there any hours in here that do need to be changed at the moment, or are these good to go?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then we'll go ahead and check this out of here. But that's pretty much everything with that green inventory management tab. Like I said, it's very, very simple to utilize since you guys don't have the import, or since you guys have the import through Finance Express set up, you're not really going to have to utilize this tab very often.
Okay, that's good.
Now moving forward, we have our red Nitronet Dealer Service Package tab. This is actually our premium service package that we gifted you guys 6 months of at purchase. We haven't activated all the features because the website's not live yet, and we want to make sure you guys get the full extent of use out of those features. So what I've done for us is actually pulled up my demonstration site, and this one obviously where they're all available, and I can go over them with you. But as you can see, there are 10 additional features that we include. above and beyond just the hosting. And all of these are intended to help your guys' organic searches become much more relevant. We want to make sure that you guys are on that first page of Google, and even more so in those top 3 positions within Google. So these tools help in a lot of different fashions to get that same ultimate goal. So the first one we have here is our blog feed. And I'll kind of explain a little bit why this is relevant for the SEO. And that's simply because it adds content to the website. As I was kind of touching on a little bit with the SEO keywords that we have on the stats page, anytime that you are able to apply those words repetitively on your guys' website, obviously again in grammatic English so that it's legible, it's going to be beneficial for your guys' overall outcome within the search engines. Blog feeds are an incredibly good way to advertise to basically Google to get those good search positions, and also to market to your guys' actual consumers, because they'll read through these obviously, and it's kind of like social media, being able to post some good blogs or articles on your Facebook is similar to doing that same thing on your guys' website. However, again, it also has the ability to help your organic searches within Google. So there's a couple ways of utilizing this. The first one is to simply utilize our pending entries, where you can go into the pending entries on your guys' website and pick and choose which articles you want to have available for your consumer base to look at, or for Google to inventory for those additional rankings. In order to do that, you just simply go to the pending entries section here, and then it'll pull up all of the pending blogs that you have available. Now where it says pending here, you can tab over that, and when you do, your mouse turns into a little crosshair. Just simply means it's clickable. Once you click it, you've got your little options box. Go hit approved and then save, and all that content will then be immediately available on the website. Now, keep in mind these pre-written blogs, they're from Car and Driver or maybe a prototype vehicle article or something along those lines, are beneficial for your website, but they're not as beneficial as they could be. And the reason being is because they're not directly related to B&G Auto Sales. They're not directly related to Mesa, Arizona, or the content or vehicles or financing options that you have available. So again, you will get some credit for these, but not 100% A+ grade per se for the entries. Now, to combat that, obviously, our second way of utilizing the blog feature is to create our own custom blogs. And obviously within the custom blog, you guys can create whatever kind of content that you would like. Typically, what we suggest for writing blogs is not to advertise your guys' vehicles. That's kind of similar to Facebook. If you're scrolling through your Facebook page and all you're seeing is different vehicles being posted from the same dealership, it kind of gets annoying per se. So you end up either unliking or unfollowing that dealership. So typically, with that sort of social media content, what we suggest doing is helpful tips and tricks, or when to buy a new car, or how the market's doing, or whatever the case may be, to get their attention, to give them helpful information, and not to deter them. And that's the consumer. But on the other hand, obviously, we'll be able to plug in as much of those SEO words and content for Google to give us that additional ranking within their search engines as well. It's like a double-edged sword there, basically, for you with these blogs. Typically, you only need to write, maybe 2-3 blogs a week to really get the maximum effect out of them. If you want to go even more than that, it just becomes an exponential growth factor where you guys are just going to be, covering your market area #1 pretty much everywhere. So definitely a good thing to keep in mind moving forward once the website does go live.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. All right, the next one we have here is our window stickers. These ones don't have any crazy SEO building technology or anything like that, but it is a quick and easy way of getting your guys' window stickers in the vehicles, as well as helping. It's an additional printout for consumers on your guys' vehicles page, the VDP. Basically, if they click print info on the vehicle display page, the same window sticker will print out for them, obviously on paper versus a window sticker, but same effect. Now, when you pull this up, as you can see, we've got the styling option here at the top. So you do have 4 different styling options you can select from. Once you've selected the styling option that you want for the window sticker itself, you can then go to the right and include or exclude the price for the vehicle. Again, up to you guys. Then from there, you guys will have a list of all of the active vehicles in your website. Keep in mind, because we don't delete sold units, we put them in a hidden sold section. Sometimes people can be confused with that. Obviously, those aren't displayed to your consumer base, but here you'll only see the list of active units, so you won't have to pick and choose through those. From there, it's as easy as going to the very right side, hitting the Create button for whichever vehicle you want, and then hitting Download. Once you hit that Download button, it's going to pull us over into a printable PDF of the window sticker. Now, the first thing I want to point out to you, Brian, is it's not going to say dummy header up here at the top. It's actually going to have your guys' header design section of the website. I'm going to kind of hop over to your guys' site to see that. It's just this top section of the website. So we're going to have branding, we're going to have phone numbers, addresses, whatever the case may be, directly available and already printed out there. Above and beyond that, obviously it's going to have all of the information that was uploaded from Finance Express to the website available on this window sticker, already put it and laid out already preemptively for you. Typically, when there is a price available on the window sticker, that's going to display just to the right of the QR code here at the very bottom right. But then we also do have a QR code available for consumers with smartphones that want to get additional information simply about that make and model. It wouldn't be that particular VIN. It would be that particular make and model or anything along those lines.
Okay.
Any questions about the window sticker at all?
No, that's self-explanatory. Seems good.
Perfect, perfect. All right, hopping back over into our Nitronet tab, we've got our import and export feature here. Now, when you guys had purchased the platform, we had grandfathered you the Finance Express import, so that's going to remain active and viable and good to go as long as your guys' website is live and online. Anything above and beyond that is all included in the Nitronet package. You can set up as many imports and exports as you would like. They're all free to set up. Again, as long as you're signed up for the Nitronet package moving forward, these will all remain active and good to go.
Okay.
Awesome. The next one we got here is vehicle videos. This is another one of our SEO-based web tools for the website. There's basically three main attributes for the vehicle videos. The first important factor here is that YouTube, which the main video video application that we utilize that one specifically because they're sister companies with Google. And anytime that you have Google-related content on your website, you're basically going to be getting brownie points from Google, and they're going to be moving you up in those organic searches once again. So that's typically why we utilize YouTube. The second reason this is beneficial for us is because obviously Google has a lot of rules that they follow when ranking websites. One of the more important ones is how long you're able to capture a consumer's attention when they're on your website. And having a video on that website in any fashion, it could be a vehicle video where you're doing like maybe a 20, 30-second walk around to the vehicle, open a door, start the motor, whatever you want to do there. That's going to add 20 seconds of duration to any consumer that watches that video. And as long as that consistent number of how long you're able to keep the consumers engaged in your website goes up, the more your organic searches go up as well. So that's another great way to help with the SEO. Now, on the other side of things, obviously still marketing to your consumer base, being able to put a video testimonial or a homepage commercial, or obviously doing those vehicle walkarounds is going to help with them getting a lot more engaged on their side, getting them wanting to buy more or to learn more about your guys' dealership. To help the consumer connect with the dealer is going to be advantageous for you guys. So that's basically the three main attributes for having these videos available on the website. Now, if it's something where you guys do want to start applying videos to the website or anything along those lines, really obviously it just starts with creating the video. Once you've got the video applied to YouTube, we can pretty much apply it anywhere on the website for you.
Okay, that seems self-explanatory. Okay. Well, I mean, is it okay, if we just get, our medium for grabbing the video as a cell phone? Is that any issue, or?
Well, what do you mean?
Like, I mean,
if you're
we
just
have a
taking the
cell
video
phone.
from your phone?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Or does it have to have any like professionality, or can it just be any like,
Honestly,
you know?
have better cameras than
Okay.
if you're comfortable with the video itself, by all means, we'll be good to go on our end as well. We're going to get all of the benefits from that video. It's a professional grade, quality, or if it's a lower grade quality, we're still going to get the benefits out of it.
Okay.
Awesome. Moving right along, SEO tools. This is basically just kind of going over the same thing over with you in regards to SEO, how it works, and how our websites play into it. So if moving on to everything I'm talking to you about, feel free to hop in here and do a little bit of reading about SEO tools. All right. Next one we have here is our classifieds. This is basically our Craigslist posting tool. This is a tool that we give you guys that allows you to be at Craigslist without having to sit down and actually apply them to Craigslist. It does it all automatically for you. Now, it's a nifty little tool. It is an application, a downloadable application that lives on your guys' dealership's computer. So typically what you'd want to do initially is download the application. Once you have downloaded the application, the next step in setting that all up is to simply plug in your Craigslist account information, so it has access to, your area, location, where you're posting to, your card information, so on and so forth. Then you would also plug in your login credentials for the website, so that it obviously could have access to all of the units within your platform. Now, once everything is set up, that application that you downloaded, you don't have to interact with whatsoever. It just simply runs in the background of your computer. You can continue working today. Really the only thing that it does is scans your inventory every 10 to 15 minutes or so to see if anything's been queued up to be posted to Craigslist. Now, in order to get those vehicles queued up, all you need to do is go to this page, the same way I went to it. Use the Nitronet Red DPS tab, classified templates, and then it's going to pull up this page you're looking at right now. Now, in order to queue up a vehicle, as you can see, all of these vehicles have a red circle lining the right side of them. Now, this just simply means that they have already been credited. When I tab over it, you can see this says queued. If vehicles have not been posted to Craigslist and to be queued up, these would just simply be green circles with an addition sign inside of it. And when you tabbed over, it would say add to queue. So with that being the case, if you want to buy the simply go the queue. For posting automatically to Craigslist. It works as simply as uploads one image at a time. It types out the description and features one letter at a time, almost as if a human was sitting there doing it. Basically flies under the radar. But this is definitely one of our more sought out. You'll definitely get a lot of use out of it if you guys utilize Craigslist. Even if you don't utilize Craigslist, it may be something you want to start doing because it's so easy to now post there. And a lot of those posts have become a lot more relevant because you're no longer able to post that same vehicle multiple times per day or per week or so on and so forth. So definitely look into that if you're not already invested in it.
All right.
Perfect. The next feature we have here, again, another SEO-based tool, is our auto hit list feature. Now, with this tool, basically it's a nationwide listing service that our company developed as well. Because we're data partners with well over 400, 450 different third-party listing sites, such as Cars.com, Car Gurus, Auto Trader, magazine articles, certain things like that, we're able to determine which of those listing sites has a free post every single night. So typically, your entire inventory, anywhere between 200 to 250 third-party listing sites on a nightly basis. Keeping in mind they're the free posts, so they're not the the premium listings that you're going to get if you have a set feed with say Cars.com or AutoTrader or anything like that. But you're still getting that visibility. If a consumer starts looking for a vehicle in your area, no matter where they go now, whether it be Google, Cars.com, AutoTrader, anywhere, they're bound to cross your guys' inventory at one point or another. So it's going to help you in that fashion quite significantly. You'll definitely see a lot of leads coming in from different corners and approaches of the internet, which is really great.
Okay.
Above and beyond that, stock photos we no longer offer. That's just, if you guys didn't have a photo of the vehicle on there, it would place a photo. For whatever reason, so we just simply took that one out.
Okay.
Website hosting. This is the only thing that's required to keep the website up and running online. It's our basic hosting package as well, which is included in the NitroNet. The features that are included in this package: unlimited hosting, obviously, for 1 year. We've got lifetime updates, lifetime tech support. If you guys can also set up to 30 emails at your domain. If you don't already have emails hosted elsewhere, we give you guys the ability to have that. Need to have a function. But again, it is have that additional service available. Now, the last feature that we have actually is going to be your guys' responsive mobile website. Hasn't been designed out yet, but that's something we can not have in the next day. So, reason being, the mobile things that is actually due to Google. It was April 23rd or 1st of 2015. They had made some significant algorithm changes to benefit businesses, websites available for those consumers. The reason they did this is because mobile devices have a huge market. A website that's very on your mobile device is obviously going to be beneficial to the consumer. And so what Google said is by ours. It found you in a 13th position within Google. Well, it's on page 2. Many people are going to find you there. As a matter of fact, very little people are going to find you there. Typically, nobody goes to the second page of Google. So if your computer,
kind of in and out.
Hello?
Oh, kind of getting a bad connection, but like I heard you say hello.
All right, 1 second. Let me see. Connect the microphone. Is that?
I'd say a little bit better.
Try one more thing for you.
Okay, that seems like it's working.
All right, how about now?
Perfect.
All right, awesome, awesome. So what I'm saying is basically if we were to up that same search term now on a mobile device, used by here, Cars, Mesa, Arizona, instead of being found in that 13th search position, you're going to be found on the first page of Google, and more likely than not in that top 3 search positions, which we're shooting for unanimously. So it's a huge asset to have a responsive mobile website. I mean, it works in that same fashion, obviously, both ways. If you're being found in the #1 search position on a desktop and you don't have a mobile site, it's going to move you from that first position down to page 2 or page 3. So it's going to hurt you if you don't have it, and it's going to help you if you do.
All right.
So definitely keep an eye out for that. Always want to make sure you guys have a mobile website. Other than that, though, that's everything with our NitroNet premium package. Do you have any questions about that before I moved on?
No, I think, I mean, I'm looking at my previous notes on that. I, no, I think it's self-explanatory. I think the prior time you kind of, I was kind of interested in the, you know, the nit and gritty and, you know, just kind of what you're saying about how, like, you know, if you don't have a mobile page and you're number one on the desktop, it's going to drop you down if, you know, somebody searches by mobile to, like, you know, page 2, page 3. But no, I think everything was very self-explanatory and don't have any really further questions at the time.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, we'll go ahead and get back to your desktop version or your desktop website then, and head back over to our now blue Standard Services tab. This is a section of the website where you guys will find a little more useful in a lot of different fashions. Obviously, it's a section where you guys are going to check your applications that have been submitted, your inquiries, also any coupons that have been submitted to the website. You guys can even come in here and choose what application consumers fill out. One of the neat things, as I'd mentioned with the basic hosting that you guys got, was lifetime updates. And you guys are actually built into what we call a one-brain shared code base. And basically all that means, Brian, is that anytime any of our dealerships upgrade their website or pay for a tool that we build, you guys have that update. So your guys is always going to be growing and growing and growing. And you guys can come in to check your guys' applications or which ones are available on the website and fine-tune which applications are available. So it's a really neat feature that you guys have access to there in that fashion. But to kind of get into this a little bit more detailed for you, the first tab here, the top left tab, is our customer service tab. If you guys ever need to reach out to us for whatever reason and can't get a hold of us on our support line or any of our direct lines, you can fill out one of these customer service tabs. It'll actually send out a mass email to all of the employees in our company, so you're bound to get a response fairly quickly, unless obviously it's a weekend. We work Monday through Friday, so you may not get a response on a weekend, but first thing Monday you'll definitely hear back from us.
Okay.
The next section we have here is the warranty section. We have some basic warranties available for your guys' vehicles in this section that come stock. Above and beyond that, however, you can come in here and create your own custom warranties that are available for your units. So if you guys have a 7-month, 7,000-mile powertrain warranty versus a 6,000, you can come in here and create a new warranty, or vice versa, delete ones, or however the case may be. You guys have access to all that information here.
All right.
All right. The next one is Managed Coupon. Now, with the Managed Coupon section, we actually have 2 different coupons that you can utilize on the website. The first coupon is and it only appears when a consumer enters the home page of your website. Maybe a $100 fill out a coupon and buy it, or on those lines. So you will get some submissions. You will be able to get some. However, a more advantageous way of utilizing the coupon is to utilize our choke page coupon. Now, the choke page coupon is slightly different. This one only appears when the consumer enters the Browse Inventory section of your website, whether it be at the top or on one of the buttons on your home page, whatever the case may be. At that point, it then forces the consumer to enter their information to that choke page before they can view your inventory. We have a stock version that says, to view our select inventory and to ensure you're not a competing dealer spying on our inventory, please enter first name, last name, email, and phone. That does help, that does work. Typically, people don't want to give you their actual information just to see the vehicles and not really get anything out of it. So you'll get a lot of vulgar applications and so on and so forth, as I'm sure you're aware.
Will you? Okay.
What we do to combat that, however, is a lot of our dealerships will do raffles or giveaways or something along those lines, where we'll edit that page where it'll say, enter to win a 50-inch flat screen TV. Enter your first name, last name, email, and phone. Raffle will be held February 29th, 2017. Whatever the case may be. And then from the time period that you have that choke page up, you'll get a significant amount of leads, a lot of lead generation from those, especially because it's something people are actually trying to get. And then above and beyond that, you'll be able to have, that the winner come down to the dealership. You can take a picture with them and then apply that to your testimonials page, where we can now even show consumers the success stories which they look for quite significantly, kind of like they do with Google reviews and Yelp reviews and all that other thing. It's nice to have those things available for the consumer to look at. So definitely something to look into if you guys want to utilize that choke page. We'd be more than happy to help you get it all set up.
Okay.
All right. View applications. This is just simply where you're going to go in and view the applications on the website. Same with inquiries. These could be contact inquiries. These could be vehicle inquiries. Any fashion of an inquiry you're going to find here. Again, with the choose application section, you just simply go in here and choose which application the consumer actually fills out. We have about 63 to choose from, so you can definitely fine-tune what you have in there. The next section is our printable inventory. This is where you guys can print out a list of active units or sold units, or maybe a combination of the two, if you're inventorying the lots or whatever the case may be. We have managed service requests. I'm not sure if you guys do. Do you guys do any services at all? Oil changes, tire rotations?
Yeah, we do that, but kind of more not so like techie on that. I don't think we would have like appointments like that. So like, would they go ahead and make an appointment, and that would go ahead and go to us?
This is just would be where they don't. There's really not too much in that service request information other than what's your first name, last name, email, phone number, contact information, maybe what's wrong with your car, what you want to have done, and then they just simply fill that out. And this is where you would just go to check those. That's just where you go in and see what has been filled out and so on and so forth.
Let's see.
Perfect. All right. We also have our buyer's guides here. Those were recently updated to keep up with the new standards of everything. So that's been good to go for you. I want to skip over Arrange front page here real quick, something we're actually going to hop into and show you around a little bit further. Just to let you know here, Carfax instructions is no longer relevant. You don't really need to have that in there, so you're good to go there. If you do have Carfax, all we need to get that set up is your Carfax ID and password.
We don't, and we won't.
Okay. We also utilize AutoCheck if you want to use that one.
Okay.
And then also the flat on the show, we no longer integrate flat into our websites, so this is completely irrelevant for you as well.
Okay.
All right. With that said, we're going to hop right in here to the Arrange front page.
Okay.
All right. Arrange front page is a pretty neat tool as well. This is one of the tools that sets us apart from a lot of other website providers. This is basically an in-house version of how to edit your guys' site without having to reach out to us to make those design adjustments or anything along those lines. It could be literally all done in-house if necessary. Obviously, it is quite a finicky tool. I've been here for about 3 years now, and I still learn something new about the editing tools that we have, or functionality on the widget board or anything like that. So definitely feel free to play around with it. If you ever mess anything, we'll be able to fix it.
Okay.
Really, it's just a blueprint of your guys' homepage. As you can see, we've got our homepage slide, new inventory. We've even got your Get Approved section, Meet Our Happy Customers, homepage buttons. This is all built into also a drag and drop system. So if you wanted to edit the placement of anything, we could go, let's move our new inventory over here. Let's move our, let's say, our homepage buttons up here. And then all we'd have to do is move this back down here, and then hit save, and all of that content would then just be immediately adjusted in real time on the home page of the website. So it's a really, really neat way of utilizing that content, and no matter how you put it together, it basically creates its own new picture each time. Obviously, there's a lot more functionality within each one of the individual widgets themselves. You can come in here and configure how large that particular widget cell is, how tall, what's available with inside it. And then you could also edit the actual content that's available or that displays on the home page of the website. As you can see here with this cell, it's got your guys' homepage buttons. From here, you could create links, link those buttons. You can add in new images to create buttons with. You could even write text out. You can write in a little welcome widget there as well. But it's really quite extensive what we can do with the editing. Definitely get your hands dirty, play around with a lot of these. The more you work with them, the more you learn about them. Pretty neat little tool there for you. Any particular questions I can say?
I couldn't say anything right now, no.
We're almost wrapped up here. The optional pages tab. This is needed. Obviously, when we push the website live, we want to have as much content available. I mean, going through the rest of it's important to have content on your and those different pages. So obviously, we want to make sure the About Us page has really valuable content on it. Obviously, in reference to who you guys are, what you do, where you're located, sort of fashion. If you do have any services you do, go in here and write out a little blurb about your guys' pages or the services that you do. Maybe they have to be a previous buyer to get those services. Whatever the case may be, definitely make sure that that content's available. Manage testimonials. This is a section where you guys will actually be customer survey and as an example, basically, submit the dirty review about you guys with 1 star. Typically, most review companies will automatically just apply that to their sites. Us being, who we are and trying to get you guys to the top of the search engines unanimously, we want to make sure we give you the option to approve or to deny those requests, reviews per se. So this is just where you'd simply go in and none of them are automatically posted. You have to go in and approve them before they're posted. Otherwise, they're just not available.
Okay.
Survey, that's basically the thing. Actually, the Manage Testimonials page is the actual page itself that these testimonials will be available on. I apologize. And then Manage Customer Surveys is where you'd actually go in and approve or deny them from here, as you can see. Now, real quick, to approve or deny them, all you have to do is scroll over the Y here in this case, just like we did with the blogs previously.
Oh, there we go. And put an N there.
N or a no, or Y or an N, and then hit save.
Okay.
But then those will immediately be available on the testimonials page for you.
All right.
Awesome. Everything else is that same exact thing, just editing the page content that you have available. So what I'd like to do, or I'd like to have you do moving forward here, is if we could write out content for the About Us page, the Employee Bios page, and then anything else you might have on the home page that you would like to have content for, try and get that all written out for us, and then we can apply it to the website for you. Not a problem at all to make sure it looks fancy and everything like that. We just want to make sure we have viable content that matches, who you guys are, so on and so forth. So.
Okay,
that would be
and
my
is there
point
like a sample we can look at in order to go ahead and, so the Employee and the Manage About Us page, is there like a sample to kind of say, like, really, or should we just basically tell you who we are?
I would honestly just look around the internet at websites that rank well within the automotive industry. Kind of read up a little bit online about what you're seeing there and what you like and certain things like that. It does, we do have the ability to write the content out for you guys. However, obviously, we would charge you for something like that, and it's really not necessary at this point. But yeah, just do a little bit of research online, look around, and you guys will be able to find a lot of good stuff there.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and do that. I know what I got to do for homework, and
Perfect.
that'll be it.
We have one last section here for you, which is our Black Administration tab. So we're good to go on the optional pages section, the homework section per se. Within the Black Administration tab, this is going to be a real quick and easy one. There's only actually 2 sections within this Administration tab that are accessible for you guys. And that is going to be the Manage Users and then the Batch Process Bin List. I'm going to start with the Batch Process Bin List. SEO ranking of the website. This plays into your guys' sold inventory. And as I mentioned previously, with your sold units, we do not delete any of those sold units. We actually stack them into the hidden sold section, which makes us appear a lot larger to Google than we actually are. This basically gives us the ability to compete with those franchise dealers that have several thousand vehicles on their lot versus, 20, 30, 40, maybe 100, 150 vehicles on their lot. So
I see.
With that said, what the batch process VIN coder does is it gives us the ability to take 100 VIN numbers per week and force feed them into the website. So if you possibly, Brian, had a list of VIN numbers you've sold over time, maybe from 5 or something like that, you could get those sent to you and apply 100 or 150 VIN numbers per week into this section, and it force feeds that content into your website. Now, above and beyond making it appear larger to Google, what it also does is every page that we put into the website creates its own unique URL. And basically what that means is that you can have gobg.com as a URL that can be found within Google, and then you could have gobg.com/2015 Cadillac Escalade, which would be another unique URL that could be found alongside each other within Google. So you could hypothetically cover up the #1 search position and the #2 search position, or even the #3 search position all at the same time, and basically just create a monopoly on the homepage of Google. So, some of our dealerships that are ranking, #1 in the state that they're located, they have somewhere around 15, 20,000 sold vehicles in their website, where they have basically 20,000 different fishing lures into the sea of Google that are capturing consumer traffic and driving them back to the website. So it definitely helps out quite significantly. And really, it's an easy tool to utilize. There's only 2 things you need to keep in mind here, and that would be to make sure that you hit sold equals yes here. As you can see, sold needs to be clicked on the Y. And then when you're applying or copying and pasting the VIN numbers into this section, you just need to simply make sure they're stacked vertically. So one VIN number, enter another VIN number, enter another VIN number, so on and so forth. And then hit process, and then it automatically creates the pages for you and sends everything over to Google, so on and so forth, and you guys are good to go.
And
so
you said like
something
50 a week until like we have exhausted, right?
Yeah, well, it would be 100 per week. Now, you guys can, with that, and the reason why we only want to do 100 is because Google looks at it logically as well. If this is we're going to, you guys are a new dealership, and you can't sell 2,000 cars a day in a brand new dealership. So what we suggest, again, I said 100 per week, and then when that base number becomes a little more realistic, like you've sold 2,000 cars over the past couple months, you can move that number up to 125 per week, and until your guys' base number becomes 5,000. And then obviously, it's the same fashion when you're a dealership in real person. If you're, selling more vehicles, you're buying more vehicles. So that works in that same fashion. Other than that, you can do the same exact thing if you have any other employees that you want to give access to the website to or anything like that. But